make chocolate bombs the Epicure way. So we are gonna do that. We're gonna get started and I'm going to stand up now. Okay, so I wanted to do the camera, but unfortunately it doesn't wanna work the way that I asked it to. And of course I have an incoming call and I need to try and figure out how to decline those, but that's okay. So we are going to get started. So this is how we're going to do this. Hi Jennifer, thanks for joining. I wanted to let you know, you take your perfect portion muffin pan, put in a little bit of chocolate chips, just enough to cover the bottom. I put it in the microwave. I cover all of them and you can see I've used it already once. Put it in the microwave for, I put it on melt. So it's about 2 minutes on, I think it's low heat, and they melt perfectly. Then I stir them up and then it kind of looks like this, of course. And then I just kind of take my little orange peeler from Tupperware and I just kind of pull it up on the sides is how I do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I do that. Put that in here for 20 seconds or on melt. Okay, so that's gonna melt, maybe. That's weird. Okay, so that's gonna melt. While that's melting, I'm gonna take you to the next step. So the next step is I put a plate in the freezer because I found that my hands are super duper hot. And so what happens is when they're hot and you're touching these chocolates, unfortunately it will it put your fingerprints all over everything, right? So I'm just gonna freeze my fingers up a little bit. And then the nice thing is after you put your chocolate in here, you just kind of, like I said, I just kind of pull it up around the sides and then you could just simply unmold these. So it's really, really easy because of the silicone to just kind of unmold them, and try and not put your fingerprints all over them because I have a habit of doing that. And when I do that, unfortunately, you have these fingerprints all over your molds and it looks really sloppy. So I'm just gonna do this, pop these out. This is the old perfect portion pan. Now they come in a set of 2 in the rounds. I don't know if they'll bring this size back, but this is what we got for now. I'm just gonna do 3 to start, just to show you. So I'll put these back in the freezer. Okay, so then I'm gonna show you really quick how I do this. So see how it's already melted? We're kind of jumping back and forth. So this is, I just kind of give it a stir, and then I just kind of pull it up to the sides. Trying to get it so that you can see it, but I can see it too. So then I just pull it up on the sides, and then I make sure the bottom of it is covered. And now if it's scraped like that, I know I need to add a little bit more, or I just need to make sure I cover it. Now some of them have had holes before, but then I just patch them up and put them back in the freezer for a minute. Super simple, super simple. Okay, so that's what I do with this round. So you just go ahead and see this one's got a lot in it. And then I try to pull it up on the sides and I try and make it even so that it's about the same around the whole thing. And then again, I just kind of circle around and make sure, just like you're painting, right? Make sure the whole bottom is covered. Then I go to the next one and the next one and the next one. Okay, so that's how that works. I'm gonna set this aside because we have camera, or we have, you know, the way people normally cook. So then what I do is I take a plate and I get it hot. I put a tiny, I'm trying this part for the first time. I've never tried this part. But I put some chocolate chips on this plate. I'm gonna warm this plate up and I'll show you why. Okay, so that's gonna get hot. While that's getting hot, I'm checking out to see where there might be some deficiencies, where I've kind of leaked a little, or I didn't put enough chocolate in. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more to fill the holes. So you'll be able to see, it's almost like a stained glass window when you see where it's not very thick. So I'm gonna do that. Fix the holes. Okay. Then what I wanna do is I wanna make the edges smooth. So see how the edges aren't really smooth? That's what I'm gonna do next. But first I'm gonna put my hands in ice because they're too hot right now. And so unfortunately they are, because my hands are too hot, they're melting everything I touch. So I'm putting it in cold water just so that I can melt it. But now I'm gonna touch the hot plate, right, out of the microwave. So I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna use this so that I don't warm up my hands too much. Okay. So now Now, remember, this is a hot plate with hot chocolate on it, and I'm going to show you why I did it like that. So what I do is I try and take, I want to even out the edges on my bomb thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to give it a swirl, and it's going to melt, but it's also going to give like some glue to the top, right? So it's evening out the edges, but it's also putting like a glue on there for me. But you got to be quick, otherwise it'll melt a lot. So these perfect portion pans, you can use the perfect portion muffin pans. You could use the perfect petite pan works well too for little ones, so that you don't have so much chocolate. Now I do minimize how much hot chocolate I put in, because what was happening was they were way chocolatey, way too chocolatey. So I'm gonna do these. Again, I'm gonna wipe off my hands and put them in. So then what I do is I take a teaspoon of the hot cocoa mix. This is the Epicure hot cocoa mix. So I just put in a teaspoon, and I just kind of put it in, try to keep it in the middle as much as I can, because I don't want to get it on the sides. And I'm only doing 3 because remember the other 2 are the lids. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. If you like marshmallows, you could put a few marshmallows in there. 5 would be good, because then when it bombs or when it blows up, it's so cool. The kids can see the marshmallows coming to the top. Okay. So you put about 5 in there. You can put more if you want, depending on how many marshmallows you like. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these. You could add some peppermint in here if you want, but I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to actually add a little bit more chocolate on here, and then I'm going to put it right on top, and then push down, make sure it's all even on the sides, and then it's going to stick. So see what I did with my finger there? See, it wasn't cold, so it made a fingerprint, but that's okay, because I'll show you why. So then put this on there again. It's like a little top. Put the top on. And I'll just put it in the middle, because I know I'm going to put a little doodad on there. Same thing here. And I did have this plate in the freezer. Put that on there. Okay. Now, see how I'm getting my fingerprints all over everything? Because they're too warm. I got to figure out that. Anybody know how to figure that out so that it doesn't get like that? Okay, then. So I can see this one's not pushed down enough on the side. So then what you could do is pick them up and then just kind of paint your chocolate around them if they're not even. And watch what I do when I paint the chocolate around. Not only am I using it kind of as a glue to put the 2 pieces together, I'm also using it to decorate. Oh, see, there was a hole for my fingers because my fingers are too warm. I guess it'd be good to do this when you're freezing cold, after you've been outside in the snow. Okay? I'm going to put this back in here because it's really melting a lot. Okay, then you take this and just roll it in your little candies. So you could use bacon. I like the bacon bits too. Then you take a little dollop of this, put it on the top. Like the music in the background? Ah. And then take some of this and just kind of sprinkle it on. And of course it'll just stick where you need it to. Okay, more cold. And then you can, and if people don't like, if they don't like the marshmallow or the peppermint, you could always do it with marshmallows. You could do it with anything. See how super simple but super fun it could be to do with the kids? I asked Luke if he wanted to help, but he's at an age where he's just not interested. But it's a fun activity, right? So you could always just put marshmallows around if you want instead. Whatever you want. Sky's the limit, right? I love me some peppermint, so I'm just going to do the rest of this one in peppermint. And then just put it on. So that's how you do these. We'll go ahead and do the last one. Last one looks like it might be sticking pretty good. So I'm not going to do anything on the side, but I'm just going to put a little marshmallow on the top. And that's how easy peasy lemon squeezy. We'll put a couple. Of course you could do it neater and make it more fun, or you could do it like I did. You could even drizzle like some white chocolate and some regular chocolate on top to make it like festive that way. But I really like, and see how this got a hole? This is the perfect example for me to show you. Because that has a hole, I'm going to paint it. because obviously we don't want it to have a hole before we give it away or before we put it in our chocolate. Otherwise it will break really quick. And then I will show you how super simple these are. Okay, so that's that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take them. Let me get out the magic of TV. Okay, so these are the ones I made earlier, and because this plate is cold, it's going to be a little bit friendly to me. So what you do with a kid, so if you're dairy, you can use regular milk or you can use like a lactose milk, and you take these and put these in hot milk, a cup of hot milk, and then you, oh my goodness, it's so fun. So I'm going to show you how fun it is. I could use almond milk, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use regular milk so I can show you all. So what I do is I just pour my milk and then just put it into the microwave, or you could steam it up. Right? I'll show you. Put it in the microwave for say 30 seconds. Okay, while that's going, I wanted to show you something else. Something else you could do is you could take the pan, put a bacon roll on there, and then once you, whoa, what's going on with our microwave? What you can do is take your chocolate, and this is how you make chocolate bark. You just melt your chocolate chips. Super, super simple. Obviously, I shouldn't be using an orange peeler for that. So you just get all your chocolate out. Now, if you like a little bit of spice, you could put some chili on there. If you like chocolate, you could put chocolate on there. I've even done the better than bacon. My jar's all gone, but I've done the better than bacon on here. But you don't want to spread it too thin because you want it to be bark and you want it to break off. And then you just put it however you want. So I've seen people do the whole sheet. You could put the chocolate chips on the silicone, put just the silicone mat in the microwave because there's lips on here. You don't have to worry about it spilling over. Then spread it. And the nice thing is you don't have to have all of these other dishes if you're making just the bark. Then you spread it and then you just top it with whatever you want. So super simple. So I am going to do peppermint because I love peppermint. So there's only 3 of us here. So when I'm making this for other people, I will of course do more. I've seen people do the whole thing and then do a row of peppermint, a row of bacon and sea salt, a row of cocoa crunch. Like, it's sky's the limit. It's so easy and so delicious. So this you would put in the freezer and then you would just break it. Like, you don't have to put the pan in, but you can. So I'm going to put that in here. Well, I'll let that freeze. Okay, so now we have our hot chocolate. Who's ready for the chocolate bomb? Let me just, no, it's not really hot yet. 30 more seconds. I didn't want it too hot, but I wanted it hot enough that you could see it. It's so fun. The kids love them, and they're such a hit right now. So this is going to be a making kit that's going to be in our holiday fun box, our holiday kit. So if you're interested in learning more about the holiday kits that are for sale now, give me a message, send me a message. I've got lots to share. It's so exciting. Just activities for the kids to do between now and the new year, right? Like, what are we going to do with them? We can't go anywhere. So why not make, get a chocolate bomb kit. I also have a kit to make the chocolate bark, and then I have a kit to make a popcorn kit. And then a ceramic activity to do. It's so fun. Okay, who's ready? Are you ready? So I'm going to take my little chocolate bomb, and I'm just going to drop it in here. Watch it. Give it a minute. Give it a little swirl. There it goes. See the marshmallows? So you can make it even more fun for the kids, and you could actually do a do colored marshmallows or put a little surprise treat in there, like a chocolate treat of some sort. It's so simple to make. Like, who needs to buy other things? You just need chocolate chips, marshmallows, and then I have the silicone molds, which make it super simple to unform them. Look at that. And then you have that with a nice little banana muffin, and you're good to go with the perfect petites. Okay, so there you go. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good night. I don't know what you're all doing. Maybe you're going to go see the lights tonight. Maybe you're going to go and make some chocolate bombs. The nice thing is though, just really quick, just to let you know, you have to remember not to, like I said, not to put too much chocolate in there. If you put too much of the chocolate mix and then you have all the chocolate chips, it gets to be a bit much. But this is perfect. So good. Okay, so I have a limited amount of chocolate bomb kits. Let me know if you want one, and we'll see you all later. Bye for now.